What's up, guys? LayedBackGaming here, and I'm bringing you some really big Halo 4 news. I was going to try to get this out last night, but I wasn't able to. And if you want to read this whole article for yourself and read all this information for yourself, go down to the description. There's a link in the description that takes you to IGN's article about it. That's where I found the information. So if you feel like you want to read this all yourself, be sure to just go click that link. It'll take you right to that article. But I'm just going to do like a little overview over all the main stuff that was put onto this article. And basically, this whole article has to do with specialization, and what they were saying, and throughout the article they were talking about how they didn't want multiplayer to just usually in the Halo games you can tell after about a year multiplayer starts to get a little bit boring. It's like it's nothing new or anything like that, and they wanted to give you different specializations that would for the next year would just make multiplayer completely fresh. Now what they're doing is basically they're giving you 10 levels of specializations that you can do, and you can get 8 different armor types. And basically what you do is when you level up, you get a new set of armor skins for those armor sets, weapon skins, emblems, and a visor color. Okay, so all these armor specializations are going to be really cool, and I can't wait for them. One thing to add is, though, when you do buy the game on November 6th, when you go and buy Halo 4, it's gonna automatically come with the Wetworks and the Pioneer armor specialization. So you're gonna get those two at the start of the game. The other ones you're gonna have to earn as you level up. But again, if you're buying the Halo 4 limited edition, you're gonna be able to get every single one of these armor specializations. So anybody that's buying the Halo 4 limited edition is really gonna get hooked up with all of these specializations. You're gonna be able to use every single one of them, which is really awesome. So anybody buying the Halo 4 limited edition, you guys are gonna have every single one of these. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into all the armor specializations. The first armor set that I'm going to be talking about is called Wetworks, okay? And, normally through a game, you're going to be walking around. There's always footsteps, and you can tell that in any game. Basically, with this armor set, it's going to be, for you running around, when you're sprinting around, you're not going to be making as much sound, so you're going to be much quieter, as well as when somebody else uses Promethean vision, as you've seen from all the Halo gameplay, that if somebody uses Promethean vision, they're going to see people through the walls, and they're going to come out as red figures. If you're using this armor specializations, all that player will see that's using Promethean vision is just your outline. So it's much harder for them to actually be able to know exactly where you're at. Even though they get to see an outline, it's just much harder than seeing a big red figure walking around. Also, with this armor specialization, your assassinations are much quicker, so you're not sitting there taking a lot longer to assassinate people. You're going to be able to assassinate people a lot faster, which is not going to leave you vulnerable for so long. So that's another key feature. And no, guys, if anybody's questioning that, hey, are you going to be able to show up on radar? Yes, you're going to be able to show up on radar. That's not like you can't see this person on radar, but still being able to have that feature for the Promethean vision is really cool. And guys, this is, like I said, this is one of the armor specializations that's going to be available at the game, like as soon as you buy the game, unless obviously you buy the Halo 4 limited edition, then you get every single one of these. But if you're just buying the game itself, you're going to get this one as well as Pioneer, and I'll go and explain Pioneer right now. All right, guys, so Pioneer is the next armor specialization I'm going to be talking about, and basically with this one, I think a lot of people that are starting off with this game, since you're going to get this armor at the very beginning of the game, I think a lot of people are going to be using this because with this, it's got a thing called fast track, which is where you get your XP much faster. So if you're trying to level up a lot faster and try to get these other armor specializations, I feel like a lot of people at the beginning of the game are going to be using Pioneer just because they want to get that XP fast. One thing to note is, though, that you can't, if you don't turn the fast track on at the beginning of the game, you can't be like at the end of the game and turn it on and expect to get extra XP for that whole game. You have to have it turned on the whole game, and I'm sure it'll be self-explanatory on how to turn the fast track thing on. I'm sure that's going to be self-explanatory. Also, with this, you're able to change your loadouts in mid-match, but they did put a fail-safe in it. But yeah, so this is going to be a great armor, I think, for a lot of people at the beginning of the game, because people are going to be really just trying to get extra XP. So this is going to be, in my opinion, something that a lot of people are going to want to use. And yeah, I'm definitely going to be looking into using this to try to get my XP up fast. So now we're going to move on to Engineer. All right, guys, for Engineer, this is a really cool one. Basically, you're going to have ordnance drops, and you might not be able to get to an ordnance drop in time. One might come down, you don't know exactly when it's going to come down, and it's just you don't have enough time. But luckily with this, with this armor ability, you're going to be able to have a couple of seconds before, you're going to be notified a couple of seconds before an ordnance drop actually drops, and you'll be able to know where it's going to drop at a couple of seconds before. And if it's a pretty far distance away, they're actually going to have an arrow showing you where it's going to drop. So I think this armor is going to be pretty sweet. Being able to see those ordnance drops before they actually drop down, and just to be able to have that advantage over other people. So this is going to be something that I think multiple people are going to like to use. Whoever if anybody enjoys being able to see that ordnance drop early, I think a lot of people are going to be able to enjoy this armor specialization. Alright guys, the next armor specialization is called Tracker, and this has something to do with ordnance drops as well. Basically, you're going to get an ordnance drop, you're going to get a choice from, grenade, a weapon, power-ups, and stuff like that. And, if you get your drop and you don't like what you see and you want to kind of change it up again, okay, you get the option to be able to just basically, I guess, re-roll, and, you get 3 more new choices of stuff that you might want. And so I'm not sure exactly how this is going to work yet. I'm not sure. I mean, obviously, I don't think you're going to be able to just pick, hey, I want this weapon to drop from what the article is saying. So this actually might be a risk, maybe, if you only get one chance to re-roll or whatever. If you only get one chance and you get another bad weapon, you might be stuck with that bad weapon. I don't have too much detail on that yet. But, I'll be sure to let you guys know as soon as I find out, because, that's something that a lot of people are going to question. They're going to be like, okay, well, I mean, what if you re-roll and you get a bad weapon? That's just kind of a, that just might be a risk that you're going to have to take. But, again, if you get, like a pistol or something like that, I don't know exactly what all the ordnance drops are going to drop. But, for example, if you just get a horrible weapon and you just want something different, there's a good chance that you're going to get something better than what you got. So it could be a risk, but in my opinion, I think it'll be something really cool and something very beneficial to a lot of people. So, yeah, that'll be a really cool armor specialization. If you're going to want to, change your ordnance drops a lot, if you're going to be calling in a lot of ordnance drops, that'll definitely be a great armor specialization. Alright guys, the Rogue armor specialization is next, and basically with this one, in the past Halo games, say for example you're sniping from afar off and you want to, stay hidden, and you're zoomed in, you're shooting people, and people start shooting back at you. Obviously when you get hit, the zoom, your zoom is, you're going to zoom back out, and it's just going to be very, very difficult. That's always been something really annoying to me, to where I'm trying to snipe and I'm all zoomed in and I got my scopes lined up, I get shot, all of a sudden my scopes pop off and I've got to try to zoom in again, but I keep getting shot, so I can never zoom in. Well, if you're like me and you like sniping, you like being afar off and sniping like that, the Rogue armor specialization is going to allow you to keep your reticle more stable when you're shooting, as well as when you're getting shot at, it's not going to zoom out, it's going to stay zoomed in. And I think that's going to be really cool, because I was always getting annoyed, a little bit annoyed with some of the stuff when that happened. When I was playing multiplayer, there were some situations as I was in that it would really be beneficial if that didn't happen. But so this is awesome, and for a lot of people that snipe a lot, I think this is going to be a huge armor specialization, and I'm definitely glad that they're bringing this into Halo 4. Alright guys, the Stalker armor specialization is next, and with this one, you're going to get killed by enemies sometimes, obviously, there's not many games you're going to get perfections, but anyway, when you spawn back and you're going to be able to see, there's going to be an icon over the last person that actually killed you, so it's going to be, really easy if you, like getting those revenge medals or whatever. Anyway, it's just going to be great, because you're going to know what that player is. When you spawn back, the last person that killed you is going to have an icon above them. Also, guys, you're going to be able to track, from the article, it says that you're going to be able to track the people, that didn't actually kill you, but were attacking you and everything, that were shooting you, attacking you. So you're going to be able to track those enemies. So if you're playing, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're playing MLG or just, Team Slayer, just normal Slayer for fun. In either way, if using this perk, if you're really communicating well with your teammates, you're going to be able to, like I said, I don't know exactly how you're going to be able to track all those enemies yet, what it's going to do on your screen. But anyway, guys, you're going to be able to really, if you're really good at communication with your team, this is going to be a really, really good perk to use, because, like it says in the article, you're going to be able to track the teammates that were shooting you before, and, normally that's going to be a lot of the other team. And then also, you're going to be able to track, or you're going to be able to see an icon above the last person that killed you. So this is going to be a really really great armor armor specialization to use in Halo 4, and I can't wait to see more of this in the game. The Pathfinder armor specialization is next, and with this one, when you're on, your vehicle turrets and stuff, and they kind of overheat or whatever, the cooldown, this is going to reduce the cooldown time, so the turrets that you're operating or whatever are going to cool down much faster, so you're going to be able to, go back to shooting and getting double kills or whatever. Anyway, and then also, guys, and back in the old Halos, you could always just break a turret off and carry it around yourself. Well, with this armor specialization, you're going to be able to carry those turrets around a lot easier, and they're going to be, you're going to be able to walk around faster with them instead of being really slow. So this is, just going to be able to move around faster with these turrets. So this is going to be really awesome for people that like to, tear off turrets and just lay into people. This is going to be a great armor specialization. And the last armor specialization is called Operator, and basically anybody out there that loves vehicles are just going to absolutely love this armor perk. Basically, you get shot at by a plasma pistol, a charged up plasma pistol, and all of a sudden your vehicle stops in your tracks. You had a freaking killing spree, and now you're just going to get killed. People are going to stick you with grenades because you're just sitting there in the middle of the map. Well, basically, guys, with this, with Operator, if you're using that while you're driving, this is just an armor specialization that really just benefits vehicle lovers. And if you're in your vehicle and you're getting shot, and you're not necessarily going to stop in your tracks, so I'm not sure exactly what they mean by that. I'm sure you're going to be able to still move, but it's probably just going to be much slower. Another big thing is, guys, is you're going to be able to actually recharge the health of your vehicle a lot faster. It's not going to be, like really, really fast, but it's going to be much faster if you can get out of harm's way. If you can get out of the way of all the people shooting you, you're going to be able to recharge your vehicle's health a lot faster. And actually, what 343 said is that they're trying to encourage people to really love driving around vehicles and everything, because what they're going to do is they're going to give a lot more benefits to people that that drive well and get assists and all this other stuff while they're driving. They're going to be rewarded a lot more. So they're really trying to, I guess, push for people to be able to to drive vehicles more and all that stuff like that. And before I say anything, what they said in the article is that this stuff isn't stackable, so you can't jump in a Warthog. Wow. You can't jump in a Warthog with 3 operators and expect it to be like some super vehicle that can never be destroyed. So this stuff doesn't stack, but still, it's just going to be an awesome thing to have all these armor specializations, and I'm really looking forward to them. All right, guys. Also, before I end this video, I just want to say that back in Halo 3, they had recon armor. Everybody wanted to get recon armor. It was just, I got to get recon armor. I got to get recon armor, and it was just something that was so special, and it was just it's kind of a, I don't really know what to say, but it was just something that just everybody in Halo wanted, and that was just everything. Everybody about Halo was just like, wow, I want recon armor. Well, basically, what 343 has said, they've already said they have ideas for recon-like armor surprises. So they've already said they definitely have some secret armors up their sleeves that they're probably going to do special stuff to release. Like different things that you have to do, different challenges that they want you to do in order to get those armors. They probably won't release those really until about maybe 6 months after the game's been out. But after that, guys, be prepared to see some sweet different armors coming out that they have for I guess they're probably going to make you do certain things to get those, but just be looking out, guys, for when after Halo 4 comes out, for different armors that are going to be released, because from what they've said here, there's going to be stuff kind of similar to what Recon was like. So there's going to be armors that are really cool looking and everything like that everybody's going to really want, probably a little bit after Halo 4 comes out. Thanks so much for watching. If this helped you at all, be sure to drop a like and favorite. It really does mean a lot. Also, if you have any opinions on this, please be sure to comment down below. Comment down below and let me know which one of these 8 armor specializations are your favorite and why. And I know a lot of people are probably going to be saying stuff like, wow, 343 is completely changing how Halo was. It's not going to be cool. It's not going to be fun. And I think this stuff is, pretty cool. I don't think they're absolutely changing it. I think the gameplay is still going to be the same. It's still going to be Halo, guys. But, if you have any opinions, whether you don't like this or not, you can let me know down in the comments and tell me why. But, I think it's going to be okay that they're changing, they're making these armor specializations. I think it's actually really cool. But, yeah, if you have a problem with this and you don't like it, you can let me know down in the comments, but don't be ridiculous about it. But anyway, guys, yeah, for me though, I'm gonna have to say that my favorite is gonna be the operator because I absolutely love driving stuff. I've always been a big vehicle guy, whether it be driving mongooses, whether it be driving warthogs or whatever. I've just always loved it. But I'm gonna be definitely using other armor specializations as well. I'll probably use the sniper one a lot as well, so I can don't get shot and zoom out and all that stuff that kind of makes me mad at some points. But again, guys, thanks so much for watching. If this helped you, be sure to let me know in the comments. And yeah, so thanks so much for watching, guys, and be sure to subscribe.